Hey there again and welcome to WordPress 101. Today we're going to be diving into this test site that I'm building for Erin. We're using the Genesis News Pro child theme, which gives us this great magazine layout. What we're actually going to do today is dive into what plugins are, how they work, and actually how you can use them to customize something like this with the homepage. And getting into what you can actually do with plugins, where you can find them and which ones are going to be your best bet working with your version of WordPress and your theme. Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that everything's nice and compatible and working really well. Now, if you jump in here, now this one we've done a migration from Squarespace over to WordPress. Usually that can be a bit of a nightmare because we tend to have issues with images coming across. Squarespace links them to their own setup, so the images are not actually stored in your Squarespace file, which can be a bit of a nightmare, but we've worked around that, and that's going to be another video tutorial because I know that's huge. A lot of people are finding some restrictions and things that they're coming up against with Squarespace and wanting to jump over to WordPress now that they need a little more in-depth features and things like that. So we're going to dive into that in another one, but in this one you'll see things like the WordPress importer, which will bring across your posts and pages. These are examples of plugins. One that we love here is Backup Buddy. Makes life nice and easy to actually back up your site and keep a record of everything you're doing. And a few of these we've actually had come through with the Genesis theme as well. This one, for example, Genesis Tabs, actually gives you a nice little tab and things on your homepage, and we can see a few of these things are actually very distinctive to Genesis. We've also got things like the image widget. I love this one. This one is pretty much nearly always installed on websites that I build. It is the easiest way to add images into widgets. So when I say widgets, I'm talking about putting in your sidebar down here. Everything that you see here is a widget, and then basically a widget is the space to put layouts and things. So for example, this whole homepage is widgetized, so you can put plugins and features all over the homepage, and it will keep the same layout for you. So that one is a really good one. You'll see a lot of times plugins will actually associate to widgets, so you'll be able to use them in things like having sliders, again having these featured posts on the home page and that layout. They will all kind of work together. What we've also got here are a few different ones. Regenerate thumbnails. If you are changing sizes on your images, this one is the absolute bomb. It is the best one out there, and it's useful for everything. If you want to include all of your social icons like we have here, and we can customize that completely. Simple social icons, this one right here is amazing. It is so simple, so easy, and such clean code that it keeps your website running really fast and really nice and simple. So what we're going to do today is actually go ahead and install a plugin. We're going to look through and see if we can install one for a MailChimp setup. And I know with this particular theme with Genesis, they do have their own News Pro plugin, which has its own widget to set up your mailing list, but we're actually going to look for a specific MailChimp one today. So when you're going to add plugins, there's two ways that you can actually do that. And this is how we can extend out a lot of functions with WordPress, but you want to be mindful about installing plugins as well. You don't want to go crazy and just have everything on there. You want to be a little bit selective about it. So there's two ways that we can actually go through. We've got this add new plugins on our left hand menu. We can either upload a plugin if we have the zip file. You'll usually have the zip file if it is a premium plugin that you've purchased, something like Code Canyon or WooCommerce directly. We do a lot of WooCommerce online stores, so a lot of plugins come directly from them, and you can actually upload the file this way. If you don't have a zip file, you can actually scroll down and check out the popular, the favorites, recommended, and also featured. And this will give you so many options that you'll want to install. There are a few that I would always go with. Yoast is one. Improve your SEO. It's nice and simple to actually increase your SEO, and walks you through the process. Love that. It is super easy to use and just really nice and simple. So we can install that. One thing that you want to check, or more than one thing, you want to check a few things when you are looking for plugins that work with your site. So you want to check whether it's compatible with your version of WordPress. You'll find that WordPress is constantly being updated, specifically for security bugs, features, running time, and actually keeping code up to date and in place. So you want to make sure that you have got a plugin that's the last updated 2 weeks ago. I know that that is really up to speed with WordPress. It's staying fresh, it's staying current, and it's being installed regularly, so they are constantly updating that. You can also see here that we've got a 5-star rating, and with over 10,000 reviews, I know that that's a great plugin. And I can also see that there are over 1 million active installs, so over 1 million websites are actually using this particular plugin. So that would tell me straight off the bat, okay, this is a pretty reputable plugin. There's great reviews about it. It's been updated 2 weeks ago, so they're keeping it nice and current. It's compatible with your version of WordPress. I love that. Perfect. If you want to read a little bit more about it, and you'll find, like, on this page, the popular ones, most of them do have over 1 million active installs. So you're not really going to have too much of an issue there. It's on the smaller ones where you're looking for something specific, you'll find that the numbers of those really do drop down. And you can also see the different star ratings. Like, check them out. You'll usually find that users have had a problem and have reported it back. And it's really good just to be thorough before you install anything, because you are running this as your business and you do need it to be reliable and up to speed completely. So another thing you can do is actually click on the more details, and we'll open up a light box with all of the details about each particular plugin. So you'll be able to find the description, screenshots. Most of them do have a change log, which will show you what's happening, what they're updating, and how that's working. You can also do bits and pieces like your FAQs, reviews, all of that stuff. So you can see down here the reviews as well, who's got 5 stars, where that's all working with, and it's great to read up on that stuff before you start. We're going to go ahead and install that one, because that one's a great one, we love that, and that one's used on a lot of sites that I work with. So you just go ahead and click install. It will start thinking about it and start installing it on your site for you. Now, what they've done with the recent updates of WordPress, they've now just changed it so that it goes to activate. So we're going to click on activate, and that will actually make the plugin installed on your site and working. So it will come up with things like telling you your notifications for setting up Yoast and things like that. You'll find that a lot of plugins do have a further settings to do once you've got there. So you can usually come in here and there'll be a settings on here, or you'll have a new menu item in the left-hand menu. So we're going to go back, and what we were originally looking for was MailChimp. So we're going to try and search for keyword and look for MailChimp. Now what they've done is made this really nice and easy, so it all updates. I don't need to press anything. It will be searching while I'm thinking about it. And you can also see this will be sorted usually by popularity. So again, MailMuch is quite a good one, but they do have a version that goes to premium, and so they normally have a little thing that has powered by MailMuch, which I'm not super over the moon about. You'll find this one though is by MailChimp, so this is their own plugin. You can see that this one updated 2 months ago. It actually doesn't have a lot of reviews, 3 stars, which is not great. But knowing that it is coming from MailChimp, we can look into that and see what the deal is with that. So this one I know is coming from MailChimp, and it's going to give me exactly all of the details that I need to log straight into my MailChimp list, and give me custom styling. So I personally know this is one that I do want to use, and I can configure that as well. So we're just going to go ahead and install that one. Now I know you could be looking at this and going, but it's only got 3 stars. It's untested. There are always ways to look at things like that. I do know that the settings for MailChimp haven't particularly changed in the last few months. We're looking at that stayed quite consistent. We can go through and check that. I know that it's by the same company that I'm using for my mailing list, so I know that that's the one that they're going to recommend. So things like that will also play into adding up which plugins you want to go with. So just be careful when you're doing big things and stuff. Something small like this, not going to make a huge difference. If you're looking at something like WooCommerce is about to get a new update, so making sure that your plugins actually are staying current with the new version of WooCommerce if you're using that. Things like that are really going to affect your thoughts when installing plugins and what to actually use on there as well. So with this one, we can go ahead, jump on over to your MailChimp account and find your API key, and then actually connect that up and things. All of the settings are quite basic with a lot of things. You'll find that it will actually walk you through the process, but that's how you go about installing plugins. If you want to turn any off, if any aren't working for you anymore, you can just go ahead and deactivate in here, and then you can go through and actually delete these ones. So we can select all of the inactive ones, select all, and then delete those because we don't longer need those ones, and they'll be removed straight from that. It's a good idea if there are ones that you aren't using, just to keep this nice and clean, to keep your site running really quickly and really fresh, to actually delete any that aren't working, that aren't being used throughout as well. So there you go, that's how you install plugins in WordPress. I'm going to give you, in the next video, I'm going to give you a little bit of a walkthrough of widgets and what they are and how to actually set them up and configure them. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave me a message below. If you've got any questions about WordPress and anything that you want to see, hit me up and I will upload a quick video. Have an awesome day, and I will see you soon.